So Tina today is she's known as the Harmonizer. I call her the Ayurvedic Harmonizer. I'm like, when she first came to me, I'm like, what do you do? How do you balance people? She goes, I harmonize them. I'm like, okay, you are the Harmonizer. So today she's going to talk about manifesting abundance Ayurvedically. She is a clinical Ayurvedic specialist who works with the Shirodhara, Chromotherapy, Nutritional Therapy, Yoga Therapy, Sleep, and Energetic Therapies. She provides Ayurvedic consultation, lifestyle analysis for treatment, prevention, longevity, and vitality. Her specialties include anxiety, depression, addiction, ADD, ADHD, trauma recovery, fertility, sexual wellness, insomnia, clarity of life purpose, anger, grief, and rejuvenation. So today she's going to be talking to us about how to balance your body Ayurvedically. And she's a doctor she's going to be our next doctor of the future. Instead of going to our doctors, this is the doctors that we're going to go to. Right, Tina?
That's the way things are moving. I think people are hungry for answers beyond just treating symptoms, which is our tendency in the West. Mm-hmm. Ayurveda is a very ancient wisdom, 5,000-year-old wisdom, and it goes very deep into root causes, emotionally, spiritually, intellectually, mentally, physically. So it's my honor to be here to share Ayurveda with you. I would love to see who is with us. The people who are not showing their camera, if anyone feels comfortable actually turning their camera on, I would love to see you and know that you're here. There might be people who are stepping away from the camera too. Is everyone present here in the room? Jeff, Gulruk, Marianne, Vicky, Lynn, Danielle?
We have no idea if they're in the car or how they're listening in. They're just here. But don't forget, we have people listening in on Facebook and YouTube. So don't think that this is your audience. We have a huge audience outside of this platform. Okay. So also people listening on replay, and most people do listen on replay because they got their life. They're not going to sit here unless they know exactly why they wanted to show up. Okay. So just give it all you got and let's see what happens. You know, people are going to come to you because of your presentation today, and they're going to listen to the replay.
So I'm here to talk with you today about abundance, manifesting abundance. And I'm wondering who in the audience feels that they are manifesting as much abundance as possible. Who feels abundant? We could raise hands on chat, or you could tell me directly. I see Elle. Elle, do you feel comfortable sharing how abundant you're feeling today? And if you don't, that's just fine.
Thank you, baby doll. Hi, I'm feeling
so happy to see you.
Abundantly blessed. I am connecting with some of the most amazing friends of mine that are spectacular. I love your system with the energetic work that you do in a whole different way, because there's those readers of the energy, but you really break it down to a science, which is fantastic.
I'm so glad to hear that you're feeling abundant, and that makes perfect sense, because I know that you're very aligned and connected, and that is Ayurveda. So thank you. And welcome, Lynn. Lynn, do you feel comfortable sharing how abundant you feel today? And if you don't, it's just fine. Oh, I can't hear you.
Unmute
it, sweetheart.
I just did.
Oh, we lost you again, Lynn. Lynn, you're not there, sweetheart. Unmute yourself, sweetheart.
I am.
Okay.
I have unmuted.
Yes.
You're good.
Great.
I had just done some extremely deep work with Joan Francis, so I'm sort of mute right now myself.
Okay, I can respect that.
Thank you so much.
Okay, thank
I'm
you so much.
exhausted. I will be leaving because I've got to take a nap. It was really tiring.
She's not even done yet. She's got another 20 minutes, everybody, if you want to go into room number 1.
Bindu, may I ask if you feel comfortable sharing how abundant you feel today?
Yes, hello. Yeah, I feel abundant. I've, yeah. So, how to measure abundance? That's my question.
That is such a good question, because this does seem to be a relative art and science, the quantifying of abundance, contentment, santosha. And when we have the symptom of feeling abundant, we know that a lot of things are going right for our uniqueness in our diet, in our color intake, in our companionship, in our sleep routine. This is a positive symptom that we are aligned. So Ayurveda teaches us to align ourselves, we align digestion, we align systems in the body, and then from there, that alignment moves outward. Family alignment, community alignment. And this is very beautiful, because when we are in harmony with nature, with ourselves, with community, then we are nourished and we are nourishing. This exchange, just like cells of a body, is very satisfying, life affirming, and also very sustainable. And this is a beautiful opportunity that's available to everyone. So I'll begin, I think, and a conversation about Ayurveda should always maybe begin, for the people who do not know basic Ayurvedic principles, with sort of a brief overview. Ayurveda is a very ancient healing wisdom, 5,000 years old, preceding Chinese medicines, very, very ancient. And because it is so ancient, it is very tried and true. There's this body of knowledge that is so wise, so powerful, so useful. And it's useful in every possible life category, physically, mentally, spiritually. Ayurveda speaks to all of these life components. And also everything around us, everything has an elemental makeup. So the doshas are Vata, Pitta, and Kapha. These correlate to body types. So a more angular or irregular or long-limbed body type, the ectomorph, this is a Vata body type. Pitta body type is even, muscular, athletic. Kapha body type, rounder, softer, and endomorphic body type. So these three components can be applied, or dosha can be applied to everything, really. If we look at the cell, a single cell of the body, we have Vata, movement, we have Pitta, action, and we have Kapha, structure. Now, every single one of us has components of Vata, Pitta, and Kapha. We might have large, soft, watery eyes. These would be very Kapha. We might have a rectangular palm. This would be a Vata characteristic. We might have coarse, dry, frizzy hair. This would be a Vata characteristic. We might have shiny, smooth, fine, oily hair. This would be a Pitta characteristic. So a beautiful place to begin in Ayurveda is with an analysis of who I am elementally. And we look at the physical structure, we look at the mental tendencies, we look at the Vata, the Pitta, the Kapha in every part of the body, the mind, and the spirit. And interestingly, digestion mirrors the mind. So one of the first pieces in healing and prevention would be fine-tuning digestion. So depending on how I am composed, our Prakruti is that natural composition. This is the perfect composition that we all were at the moment of conception. And we know that babies are born happy, in balance, really representing their original nature. Vikruti is what happens when we have habits or life circumstance or environment that is not harmonious to me. So we are all unique. There has never been another Bindu, and there never will be another Bindu, just like a thumbprint, a fingerprint. We are all completely unique. And that's very special because these days in modern life, people are confused. People are wondering, what should I eat? What should I, how should I handle my sleep routine? The answers are not clear. There are so many different popular mainstream ideas and some very broad-based directives. For example, the food pyramid, which keeps changing, tells us to eat this much of this food, this much of this food, this much of this food. And this is a broad directive for everyone. Ayurveda tells us that we are all unique, that what is poison for one person could be medicine for another. So the key to unlocking abundance is understanding our uniqueness, because when we live in our Prakruti, we are in harmony with the life flow. When we're in harmony with the life flow, nourishment is not blocked from coming to us. And I do have some amazing personal stories about abundance, because I am a person who had a lot of fear that I was not aware of in my mind. And when I tell you, I manifested every fear I have ever had, believe me, I manifested every fear that I carried around in my mind. And through Ayurveda, I've learned that when we know our uniqueness and we understand ourselves deeply, and we also become master of the mind. When the mind is negative or fearful, it is sick. And the mind, the body, the spirit want to heal. All we need to do is set up conditions for healing. Now, these conditions are contingent upon, Jeff's uniqueness, Lynn's uniqueness, Gulruk's uniqueness, Mark's uniqueness. We all have very special requirements. And then there are a few sort of general requirements, but there are no hard and fast rules in Ayurveda for this reason, because we are all very, very, very special and unique. So I'll talk a little bit about the tissue layers. Ayurvedically, we have tissue layers. They are Rasa, Rakta, Mamsa, Medas, Asti, Maja, and Shukra. These are the tissue layers: the water tissue layer, the blood tissue layer, the muscle tissue layer, the fat tissue layer, the skeletal, the bone tissue layer, the nervous system, and then the reproductive tissues. So as we nourish ourselves with our environment, the people around us, color, we absorb color as we absorb food. Topically, anything that we apply to the body, we are absorbing, just like a mouth. So if what we take in is harmonious, then all the tissue layers will be nourished. First, the water tissue layer, and then what is unused will move to the blood tissue layer. What is unused will move to the muscle tissue layer, etc., all the way to the finest tissue layer, the most subtle, which is the Shukra Dhatu, the reproductive tissues. So we can see how intake, lifestyle supports how balanced or imbalanced we are. When imbalance begins, symptoms begin very subtle, and they begin as dry stool and gas for Vata imbalance, for burning indigestion for Pitta imbalance, and sluggish digestion for Kapha imbalance. So these are the beginning subtle stages, which aren't even really recognized by so many of us. From there, if the imbalance is not corrected, then a pathology will progress. And this now can move to a weak area of the body and create a Western disease name. So instead of treating the symptom, we go to the origin, which is the intake, and also the relationship of the intake to the digestion. So we have a lot of information available to us to guide us in our journey to our original nature or Prakruti. We can assess the tongue. The tongue is a roadmap for digestion. It gives us so much information, one piece of information. We can read the pulse, the superficial pulse, the light pulse taken on the left arm for women, on the right arm for men, will give us a lot of information as well. The deeper pulse will tell us about our Prakruti, or our original nature. So as we move toward greater balance or prevent imbalance, our Prakruti, or deep pulse, and our Vikruti, or superficial pulse, will become closer together. This is our goal, to redirect imbalance from the root cause. Now, when we are living in our original nature, we experience joy. We also experience pain, but the pain can move through us because we are strong. And as that process of tamas, rajas, sattva, or darkness, pain, and purity, that as the cycle perpetuates, we can become very comfortable with it. We have cycles, daily cycles. We have vata, pitta, and kapha times of day. We have seasonal cycles. We have cycles of tamas, rajas, sattva. We have cycles and seasons within and without. So I'm very honored and grateful to offer you some insight into receiving abundance through moving toward your Prakruti. The habits that we practice 75% of the time are very powerful. And when our ojas, our immunity, is high, we have some insurance against possibly choosing to do something that may not be fully aligned, but that might have great benefit. An example might be dancing all night and drinking at your daughter's wedding. When the ojas is high, when the lifestyle is a strong, secure container, a night of staying up late, drinking, dancing, celebrating, possibly, going off the Ayurvedic diet, having a treat that is not fully aligned, this will be no big deal. And, we have one life, we have these choices to make, they're personal choices, but we have that resilience in the bank account. Or let's say there's an unfortunate circumstance and we are testing our ojas, we are ready. We are ready when that accident happens or that unexpected pandemic comes upon us. And I have had that experience in this pandemic, going from, a service job and feeling very Ayurvedically strong to having, no workplace overnight. And, I have to share that in this time of, so much fear for so many people around me, terror actually, that I've seen around me. I was able, with this wisdom, to keep a really positive mindset, to stay COVID-free, to have high energy, to be able to help many people. And I'll also share that by maintaining a neutral mind and remaining awake and aware, amazing resources came to me, not in the usual channels. And so I feel that I'm living in abundance, and we can live in abundance even when circumstances are very challenging. And this state of living in the Prakruti, in harmony, will magnetically attract love, resources, support, and we can be very firm in our trust of the universe, because you will see that as you use these practices in your daily life, and as you trust them and rely upon them, that they deliver every time. They're absolutely infallible. So I feel very grateful to have had, these, very juxtaposed experiences of manifesting fear, probably for the first half of my life, And then actually my Ayurvedic journey began with a Panchakarma, which I'm currently doing right now, which is a deep cleanse, a cleanse for the body, the mind, the spirit. It's a very powerful healing opportunity to purify. We cleanse the digestive tract. And when the digestive tract is clear of ama or toxins, which are undigested material, this is why digestion is so important, to keep the system very pure and offer nourishment. Then we have greater access to our serotonin. We have greater access to all of our feel-good chemicals. We can be most fully ourselves. We can be like the baby, happy, joyful, loving, trusting. This is Ayurveda, and this is the most democratic opportunity, because with a little concentration and even very little time and money, everyone has the opportunity of living in their Prakruti and attracting abundance. I'm very, very grateful to be here with you today. If anyone has any questions, I would love to hear them. Hi, Holly, welcome. We're talking about manifesting abundance by living in your original nature.
I love it. Love it.
If anyone would like, go ahead.
It's hard. I feel like in today's society, a lot of people find it very difficult to come back to their original nature. So I feel like this topic is really pertinent to the situation of today.
Agreed. And it's also interesting to note that abundance is so relative, that many people who might be considered abundant by someone else live in scarcity, terror, and many people who might be defined as living in not abundance might be very abundant. So we can actually take the opportunity to really define abundance as living in your true nature and feeling the love and connection of the universe.
I like that.
Okay, we have a few more minutes. We can take the opportunity to have a short practice. So let's sit down in a comfortable seated position. We'll feel the connection of our sit bones to the chair or the earth. And we'll feel the four corners of the feet underneath the knees. We'll make the spine nice and long. And gently close the eyes. We'll turn our internal gaze toward the tip of the nose. And take a few moments to notice the breath. The breath is a beautiful metaphor for life, because we have some control over the breath, and we can actually move energy by moving the breath. This is pranayama. It's a breath practice, which is very powerful. It can be used to live in your Prakruti. We have some control over the breath, but much of the breath is also automatic. The breath is also the thread that connects us with the life experience. So it's very sacred. We're receiving nourishment and we're eliminating what we don't need. So we have a relationship with the atmosphere where we are receiving and we are offering. We'll now drop the breath all the way to the lower belly. And breathe in deeply. And we'll exhale twice as long as the inhalation. Drawing the belly button back toward the spinal column. Heart is open, shoulders are soft. Our mind is centered in this moment, leaving the past behind and the future to be discovered. And we'll now extend our exhalation to twice the length of the inhalation. Continuing to deep belly breathe and lengthening that exhalation to twice the length of the inhalation at least. So we have another beautiful metaphor here. When we offer twice what we need, we will receive more. It is true that we receive what we give. So in order to do this, we need to build our ojas. We need to know ourselves to know what we need. And then we offer twice as much as we need. And we receive automatically. And gently opening the eyes. How does everybody feel? Deep belly breathing actually lowers our norepinephrine and also our cortisol levels. So this is a practice we can utilize anywhere, anytime, no special clothing, nothing special required. So I thank you for your time. And I'm very grateful to be able to take this time to share Ayurveda with you. May you all live in abundant, beautiful, original nature. Namaste.
Thank you, Tina. Thank you. Appreciate your gifts and your wisdom and your guidance as we're going to bring on Holly Be Healing right now. But before we bring on Holly, I believe you have a gift that you would like to offer everybody. A little door prize?
I do. It's a Prakruti Vikruti analysis, and the usual cost is $350. It's a complete analysis of your original nature and also the nature of any imbalances that might be going on with you. And I will choose a number now.
So don't put up the number yet. We need that everybody put in the chat what the winning number is. If you want to win a session with her, if you never won anything today in the whole event, you can put in the chat a winning number from 0 to 100. Yes, we're still on, Jen. You can send everybody over. So 0 to 100, put in the chat a number. Everybody seems to be very interested with Ayurveda because you all need to get their body in order and get detoxified, feel re-energized and restored. So, and you
can we join in? Can we put a number in?
Oh, no. No, this is for the guests. You guys got to work something out between each other. You guys could put trade. Yeah, we can't do that. You guys could work something out. Any practitioners and any volunteers can work something out.
No, so, I know that. I know that.
Okay. You know, we all have. This is like barter. This is a world of opportunity to barter of our.
Exactly.
So anybody who's just joining us right now, we're going to give away a session with Tina, valued at $280. You have to put in the chat 0 to 100 if you want to win a session, and she's going to hold up a number, and the closest number to Tina's number is going to win. And then coming up next, we have Holly Be Healing.
Holly Be Healing.
I'm ready.
I know. Holly's no, not yet. Let's do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Everybody. No,
I was teasing Sherry. Sorry.
No, let's do 5.
Would you like a new number, Sherry?
Yeah, no one saw your number. We couldn't see it anyway.
Okay.
You know, I couldn't see it because it was like.
All right. Good news.
Okay, I couldn't see it. So anybody right now, we have 0 to 100. We have even someone at 150. Oh, you're way above. So Candy, sorry, you do not apply. And anybody won a session in the past, you can't win it. Sorry, guys. I know you feel like excited and you feel like, yeah, I'm going to win another session. But no, you can only win one per day, one per event. Okay. So Tina, what is your number? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go for it.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 41.
A 4-1. We have Amanda J at 48.
Wow.
Amanda J, congratulations. Where are you from?
Hello, I'm from Calgary, Canada. Thank you. That's so exciting.
Another Canadian.
Hi, Amanda. Looking forward. Do you mind typing your information into chat for me?
I will.
And I will
Thank
do
you.
the same.
Sounds great. Thank you.
We got a lot of Canadians coming in. Somehow did we get like some good marketing in Canada? Who the hell is connected to us for Canada? It's awesome. Yay, awesome. So congratulations, everybody. Congratulations. This is what we do every half hour. After everybody speaks, we bring on the next speaker, and then they get to share and they get to express and give a gift away. Coming up next, we have Holly B. Healing, who's going to teach you how to develop your healing intuition with moonstone and water.